Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl here, Glowbysha. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. So I'm just going to go straight into the look. So I've applied some moisturizer. I'm then going to go ahead and apply some primer. So the primer I'm using is the Farsali Skin Blur Primer. This primer is a new product, but I absolutely love this primer. It smells amazing. So you just want to apply that on the areas where you get really oily. So I'm actually going to do the trick of powder before foundation. So the one I'm using is from Fenty. And I'm just going to apply that with a beauty sponge and just warm it on the back of my hand. And then just apply that on the areas where I get really oily. This just allows the makeup to last much longer. And it's just literally the best trick, especially if you've got oily skin. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to apply some foundation. So the foundation I'm using is the Makeup Forever HD and the Kat Von D foundation. Next, I'm just going to use the Too Faced concealer in the shade Butterscotch, and I'm just going to highlight the areas of my face. This concealer is everything. Like, I know I need to switch it up for you guys, but I just feel like this concealer is like my holy grail. You don't actually have to use this concealer. You can use any concealer of your choice, but obviously the purpose of this is just to highlight the areas of your face. So I like to allow my concealer to set, and then I like to then spray my face. I'm using the NYX Bear With Me spray. This is like a multitasking spray. And then you just want to go ahead and you want to blend in the concealer. This makes it much more easier because your face is a little bit wet. You don't need to drench it, but it's just obviously to allow the product to actually move, because obviously you've set it on your face, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a good trick that I like to kind of do. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use the black Opal foundation stick in the shade Suede Mocha. So you can see here I'm just applying it on my cheeks, my nose, and this is just literally the best foundation stick. It's affordable, and literally it's just not done me wrong. But yeah, you just want to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all in, and obviously you can see now my face has more depth and it's more warm now, because obviously before the highlight concealer was just making me look so light. But yeah, you can see obviously once you blend everything all in, your face is like slowly coming together. So once you've blended in your highlight and contour, what I like to do is add a layer of concealer. So I'm just using the NARS concealer in the shade Caramel, I think. And what this does is just, I don't know what it does, but I just feel like layering, I'm just onto like my base nowadays, and I just feel like layering your makeup makes such a huge difference, and I just feel like it just makes it look more flawless. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all in. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my concealer. I'm not baking at this stage yet, so I'm just using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade Cashew. So you can see here I'm just applying that with a tapered brush. So now I'm going to go ahead and bake using the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Blondie. Applying the powder on the back of my hand will then warm up the product. Then I'm just going to use a beauty sponge and I'm just going to apply that on under my eye. So that will just give more a smoother application and eliminate creases and streaks on my face. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm actually going to do a reverse contour. So I'm just going to place the powder underneath my contour, and this will just make it more defined and look more better, more on fleek, as you would say. So yeah, you just want to go ahead and do that. Just to eliminate the ghost look that's going on right now, I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up my face. So I'm just using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty, one of my favorites. So I'm just going to apply that on the cheeks, my nose, my forehead, my jawline, pretty much everywhere, just to kind of warm my face back again, just because we've applied that baking powder. And also, before I forget, as you can see that I'm doing, you just want to wipe away the baking powder that you applied just underneath your contour, because it doesn't need to stay that long. And then you just want to go ahead and use that same bronzer and apply that on the bridge of your nose. So I'm going to apply another bronzer. Yes, I'm extra. So I'm just using the CoverGirl Ebony bronzer, and I'm just going to apply it in the same areas that we did earlier. This bronzer is fairly dark, so it does have more of a red undertone, so I have to be fairly careful with it. But literally, it's my holy grail. Like, I swear up and down for it. You guys need to really cop you one of these bronzers, honestly. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm actually going to prime my eyelids. So I'm just using the concealer, the same concealer that we used earlier. So I'm just going to blend that all in. I'm just going to go back to that CoverGirl Ebony bronzer. You can use any bronzer of your choice, and I'm just going to apply that on my crease area. I thought to zoom in so that you guys can see the eye look a little bit more better, but yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm just going to apply that with a blending brush from Sigma. You then want to go ahead and use like a plum shade. So the one I used, I think I used it from the Colourpop, one of the Colourpop eyeshadow palettes that I have. I'll put the product name down below in my description box. But yeah, you just want to go ahead and also blend that on your crease. And you can see that obviously the colour payoff is building up. In the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, I'm just going to use the shade Edges, and then again also build that up, and I'm just going to actually put that above my crease a little bit, just so that you can see that color pay off a little bit more. And that after the first application of a crease color is not really showing up, I would say to just keep building up and just have patience and just keep blending. Literally, that's the trick of eyeshadow. So you can see that I did the same thing. And then I just went ahead and I used the P. Louise eyeshadow base and I applied that on my eyelids. So I wasn't doing a cut crease, but obviously I just applied that all over my eyelids just to give me more of a better canvas there. Back to that same palette, I'm just going to go ahead and use the matte purple shade and the shimmer purple shade. So I'm going to apply the matte purple shade first, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply the shimmer shade right after. So obviously what this does, it just again creates a layer, so then obviously it just looks better pretty much. Finish off the eye look, I'm just going to tie in the purple and that previous plum that we used before, and I'm just going to put that on the area of my, I think it's the V area, I'm not too sure, but it's basically where you put your wing. You just want to pretty much blend that all in together just to give more of a seamless look. So now using a powder brush, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe away the powder that's on my face. Oh, I know I'm using powder again, so I'm just going to go ahead and use a lighter translucent shade just to brighten the under eye, and obviously to make my nose contour a little bit more defined. So I'm just using the Mercier translucent powder, and then I'm just going to go ahead and neaten up the eyeshadow that we did. So I'm just going to use that same translucent powder and apply that just underneath my eyeshadow, so you can see here it looks more neater. Going ahead, I'm just going to line my eyelids, and I'm just going to use a black pencil. This one's from Paks actually, and I'm just going to line the top of my eyelids, as you can see. The eye pencil that we applied earlier, I'm just going to go ahead and use a black eyeshadow. This one is from Huda Beauty. It's one of her first palettes that she released. Just going to use that with a smudge brush, and I'm just going to smudge the eye pencil just to kind of smoke out the liner. Create a wing using the NYX liquid eyeliner, and I'm not going to put the wing liner all the way across my eyelid like I normally would. I'm just going to do stop halfway. Applied some lashes off camera, and I'm just going to apply that same black pencil, and I'm just lining the waterline. Now you want to go ahead and place the same eyeshadow colors that you use on your crease on your lower lash line and just smoke it out. I feel like, obviously, I go by the rule of whatever you use on the top of your eye, you also use on your lower lash line, and I feel like it works and it actually puts the look together. I mean, it's not for everyone, but it does work for me. To get rid of the white cast on my face, I'm just going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Tan, and I'm just going to apply that using a beauty sponge. I'm just going to use some makeup wipes to just kind of remove the residue of like makeup on my lips, just to kind of prep me for when I'm applying my lip gloss. I'm going to apply a little bit of translucent powder just on the middle of my nose, just to kind of set it in place. I'm going to go ahead and use the MAC Powder Plus in the shade C8 using a taper brush. I'm just going to apply that on underneath my eye. As you can see, it gives a more airbrush look to my makeup. And I'm just going to wipe away the translucent powder that I applied on the middle of my nose as well. I'm going to set my face, and I'm going to use both the NYX Bear With Me spray, and I'm also going to use the Urban Decay De-Slick spray. Just before your face dries down, what I like to do is I like to use my beauty sponge to kind of make sure that the product goes right into my skin, and this just kind of ensures that nothing actually gets missed. Now it's time to highlight the face, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown highlighter in the Bronze Glow, and I'm just going to apply that using the Sigma brush. You can see here it's a small blending brush, but I just feel like it's more precise, and I feel like it don't make you look like a disco ball, so I feel like I have more control with the highlighter. So I'm just using that and also placing that on my nose as well. Some blush. The blush I'm using is Sweet as Cocoa from MAC. Just gonna add some more highlighter because, I mean, why not? I'm just gonna use the Inglot Loose Shimmer Highlighter. I like to do with my mascara, I like to kind of bend the brush and then apply it on the bottom of my lashes, and what this does, it just gives me more control. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips using the Colourpop BFF3 liner, and you can see here it's like a nice neutral brown shade. I just like to add some lipstick, so I'm just going to apply this pink lipstick from Revolution. You can see that I'm not applying too much, I'm just making sure that obviously it's just enough so that when I apply the lip gloss it's a nice base. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some Fenty lip gloss. This one is in the shade Fussy. Just going to add a little bit of a darker brown lip liner. This one I believe is from Kiko. Going to finish off the lips with some clear lip gloss from the Hair Shop. Did some rhinestones on my baby hairs, which was super cute. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.